Welcome to the Debbie and Kim Show.
Real talk, real people.
Conversations that
heal,
heal, inspire, and empower. I am always in such a good mood. I'm just so happy and grateful to be able to be here and to be able to do this podcast. This is something that I've always wanted to do. And then I'm so grateful that I brought Kim along
And I'm
to.
grateful that you brought me along.
We would like to continue our conversation about gratitude.
We want to know how you're doing with the gratitude challenge. I noticed that maybe you didn't put it in the chat or in the comments, and that's okay. But how are you doing? So I know it's not easy, and that's okay. So that's why we want to encourage you to just, whenever you can, like I said, each in the 24 hours, whether it's when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you're rushing, so that's not the best time, or before you go to bed. And sometimes you're so exhausted, it's hard to say, I'm going to do it. So if that's the case, if you experience the rush in the morning and the exhaustion at night, try somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
When you have some time, maybe you have a minute, give yourself 1 minute, set a timer, and just see how many things you can find to be grateful for in that 1 minute.
It's practice. It's practice, and you have to be intentional.
Exactly. That's
You
it.
have to be intentional.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's because one of my words was consistency for, I think it was last year, maybe
Mine
this year.
too.
Consistency, because I find myself starting to do something and 1 or 2 days will go by and then I won't do it. And I'm almost like, oh,
You singing my song. You
where's that
singing my song.
consistency? But what I've noticed is that when I get into my routine, I feel so good.
I know it
I
feels
feel
so good
so good
when you're consistent.
afterwards.
You know what I
Yes.
found? That when you can, if you have a calendar and you can mark it on the calendar, you could see it,
Yes.
see that consistency, it just feels good. I've been doing Lumosity. I started back doing it, and they keep track.
Explain.
Okay, what is Lumosity?
Lumosity. Yes.
So Lumosity, Lumosity, is a brain training app.
Mm.
It's an app, and it does all of the statistics for you. It keeps track of how many days in a row you and how many days in a month that you train. And when you open it up, first thing it has is start your workout. So you just hit that and you start your workout. And if it brings up a game you don't feel like playing, you just change the game. And you can pick whatever game you want.
And what type of games?
Well, there's all kinds. Actually, there's one where you're there's a little race car. You're driving down the raceway, and there's all of these obstacles that come on the road, and it tells you, it just flashes up there, going to be obstacle in this lane. There's 3 lanes, and sometimes there's cars driving in the other lanes. So you got to be agile, but move left, right, to navigate. And the goal is to have the highest
eye coordination.
Exactly. The goal, exactly. Brain coordination. Because the brain can say, go this way, and the hands doing something else.
Yeah, you're on the right. Yeah. Go this way.
And I got my little stylus pen because it's on my phone.
Yes.
And so the goal is to have the highest miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then and they keep track for you, and you get points, and they tell you how well you're doing, if you're going up or if you're going down. And so there's probably, I don't know, about 100 games.
And it's an app. Is an app on your phone that you can do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to commit to that.
It's okay. It's like $60 a year. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I stopped.
Yeah.
But what happened was, I had really gotten up there. I started 2014, and I was doing this faithfully, and I had more time then. And then I got this job and was doing all these other things, and I just didn't have time for it. So I didn't renew my subscription. And after about 7 years, it came up. Someone said that they use it to enhance their brain function. And I was looking at some other alternatives that were very expensive. So I said, well, let me do this first.
Yes.
And so I've been doing it now for about a year and a little over a year. And I'm almost back up. My goal was get to back up to where I was before
Mhm.
because I was way up there in the like 90th percentile for my age group
Ooh,
in
yeah,
many
awesome.
areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
But anyway,
my point is it
yes,
tracks it, and then the consistency. I
consistency.
was being consistent with it.
Uh,
I have been consistent with it. I think I train now for 15, 24 out of 25 days,
mhm,
something like
mhm.
that. But-
And let me say this, the way I would reward myself
Mm.
when I was consistent, it's not always the greatest thing, but it's like, what is it that you really like? Like I like Baskin and Robbins pecan butter pecan ice cream. So if I am consistent with my affirmations and I'm consistent with getting up and thanking God for the day and reading my Bible verse and
So
reading
your
something that,
routine.
is self-help. I don't do it all the time and I don't do it anymore. But just to reward myself, I go to Baskin Robbins and I get
Your
me
favorite.
some of that butter pecan ice cream. And I really felt good about that. The ice cream made me feel good, but I felt even better that I was consistently doing
Yeah, that's the reward in
the
itself.
reward in itself. And it's like when I go through the gate and I see the guards at the gate, they always say, well, how's your day? I said, "Oh, I'm having a beautiful day. And they said, well, I can tell you're having a beautiful day. And I said, and you know what? It's a choice. I choose to have a good day. And so every day when I get up and I look in that mirror and I say hello to mom and dad and hello, gorgeous, I said, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And my consistency, I don't have to give myself any other outside influences so that I could be consistent.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like for you to do.
Yeah.
Find something that'll help you be consistent.
And don't give up.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're in our up in age here.
Yeah.
And so don't
Oh,
know
speak
where
for
you are.
yourself. I'm still 21.
You go, that's right.
I feel 21
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
anyway.
Yep.
No.
I see, because you already probably been through the phase where I am right now, where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
65.
Yes, I'm a little bit
And
more
I'm thinking,
mature than she is.
I
Yes.
think I'm just kind of adjusting that
Mm,
I'm an older woman.
yes, yes. Yeah. And you look in the mirror and like, well, when did this happen? It's okay.
That's true.
I'm
That's true. It's
accepting.
like,
I'm accepting of it.
what's happened?
Yeah.
But so
Getting
what I'm
off
saying
track. I'm
is, yeah,
sorry. Squirrel.
that yeah, I'm still adjusting. But I now I've lost my thought.
Sorry about being consistent, about being consistent
Oh,
with our affirmation and with our routines. Find a way to put it
that's what
in your
I was
day.
saying. Right. I
Yeah.
was saying that I've been at this a long time. I remember when I was in probably my late 20s, and I was trying to create a routine where I got up at 5 in the morning and I had 5 to 8. That was the time to really cultivate my day and plan it, because at 8 o'clock, everything starts going, right?
Yeah.
Or if for me, in my case, I think at that time I had a daycare. So it started at 6 o'clock. My first child arrived at 6. So I really did need to be up at
We're going to
5.
have to talk about that one day, your daycare, that many jobs we've had. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Just that I have been trying that for all that time, over 30 years,
Mm,
to have a routine. And I did get into a routine. Where I would wake up in the morning and have my prayer time and read my 5 Psalms and one proverb,
oh,
because that was a lot. And that was, that just gets in your cells.
Mhm.
And so now I have this knowledge, this wisdom in me, and it's there
Yeah.
because that consistency. And so yeah, I did that for for maybe a year at
Oh,
least, at
awesome.
least.
Awesome.
And it feels so
So good.
good when you can do it, mark it off on the calendar, be
Mhm.
consistent with it, and then things happen. And
And I know they always talk about accountability partners, and they have accountability partners for business. You could get an accountability partner for your daily routine. Um, get with a friend. Were you able
find out
to?
what works for you
Yeah.
because there's all kind. You could do a friend, you could do a buddy. I know for me, I have my walking buddy,
Mhm.
and every morning we go walking at 6 o'clock. But not every morning. We do it three mornings a week because
Mm,
we're not available. I'm not available on Mondays and Wednesdays. But I know, and beyond, I know when I don't have that accountability, I am not getting up at 6 in the morning and going for a walk. But because I have that accountability, I know she's going to be waiting for me out the door, or me for her
and you
to
don't want
do
to
it.
disappoint that person.
You're not going to leave
You
that
don't want to
person
disappoint
hanging.
that person. So oh, well, if she's going to be there, I have to be
Be there. I have to
consistent
be
there. I
there. Yeah,
have to be there
yeah,
for her.
yeah.
So that's always a great way of doing that for that accountability's sake, but for doing things like that.
And if you use ChatGPT and it's free, you can use it for free. And I believe in the free version, they will be your accountability partner. You tell them what you want. Actually, they can even make you, if you have your routine, say, help me with my routine, and they'll help you with your routine. They can even make a spreadsheet so that you can mark off the days that you did
Yes.
everything on there, your
I don't want to
chart.
be
They'll
that
make you a chart.
ambitious. Just use your calendar. We don't want to be. She's such an overachiever. Just use your calendar. That makes it
Thank
easier.
you.
Yes.
I don't consider myself an overachiever, but
Yeah.
thank you for
Yes.
that
Yes.
compliment.
She is. She is. She is. She's a stickler. Yes. But
And you'll get it. So if you use ChatGPT, just
yes.
finish this here.
Yes.
They'll send you an email reminding you to do your routine.
yes.
So it's like
So
accountability.
then, yeah. So then you have chat, and then you can get one of your friends to be that
Yeah, if you can get one of
accountability
your
partner.
friends
If
to
you
be
can
your
get one of your
accountability.
friends, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
So, but if you're like, you like to be private, you don't want somebody else in your business or telling
But
you what to do.
but sometimes you like to share your successes, so maybe
Yeah.
they might like somebody pecan
Everybody, you
ice
got
cream.
all the
I don't know.
flavors. You got
Yeah.
all the flavors.
Yes.
31
Yeah.
flavors and
31
more.
flavors, but yeah. Yeah. But it's just being consistent and just doing it. And really, I promise you, you will feel so much better. Once you
Oh,
get
that's for
into that
sure.
routine, it's a
Yeah.
routine. And if you miss it, you feel like your day is just not is out of whack.
How do you feel about exercise? And we started with gratitude. That's that's where you want to start.
Yes.
You want to start with gratitude. If you're already exercising, good kudos to
To
you.
you.
But so now add in that
That
gratitude.
exercise. I was doing really, really well. And I was getting up every morning, just like him. She didn't have to every morning. And I was taking a walk. Well, I was so happy. I'm
Check it off.
checking it off. Well, the one day I was on my morning walk and a coyote decided he was going to be in the same walking space as me.
Yeah, I've seen them too.
Well, I was like, you know what?
I know
If I
that
have a
feeling.
choice
Yeah,
between seeing a coyote in the morning, I'd rather not. So it kind of like deterred me from my morning walk.
I can
But
understand that.
my friend and my daughter, they all get on me because I said I need to add that in because
Yeah.
that will also
Do they have,
make you feel better.
treadmills and
Oh,
do
yeah,
they have an
they have
exercise?
everything.
Okay, so
They have
you have
everything.
that.
I have no excuse except that I am lazy. No, up until
You're not
now,
lazy,
up until
and if you call
now,
yourself lazy,
I
you're
said up
not
until now.
I'm talking to everybody.
Oh,
Do
okay.
not call yourself lazy because you're not lazy.
Yeah,
Get that word
yeah.
out of your
Get it out.
vocabulary.
Get it out. Get it out.
You're not lazy.
No, you're working
You're
on
not motivated.
that consistency. That it
But there's a reason
that's
even for that.
right. So yeah, because sometimes exercise hurts. So that's
Especially when we don't do it consistently and we don't do it every day and
yes.
we overdo it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one, but moderation. I think I told you about Paula B. She's my favorite middle age exercise person.
Oh,
And because her whole thing is that's what she says exercise for women in their over 50.
okay.
And she says less is more, less is
Mm.
better. And she talks about, the 5 things that make you go, oh, eating your meals the same time every day, exercising the same time every day, and just a moderate amount of exercise, like 30 minutes. And she has this little timer with everything. Sleeping, going to bed the same time, waking up the same time in the morning, and having your meals at the same time every day. That kind of routine is very healthy for the body. Your body, if you want it to function at its optimal level, those things are worth working for. And I'm saying that because I have been working toward that for a long time, and
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was gonna say I don't go to bed consistently at the same time. Because sometimes I fall asleep in the chair. So then I'm not sure what time I went to sleep. I know what time I woke
But
up
you
and
get
I
up
went
from
to
the
bed. I get up
exactly.
from the chair and then I go to bed.
Yeah.
And
When
I
you get up and go to bed, that's when you go to bed.
but again, when we are busy individuals, this is also where planning comes into place because how consistent are you at eating your breakfast at the same time? I'm again working on this consistency. Lunch at the same time, dinner at the same time. It's all has to be planned and it is work and we have to take our time when we do it and we can't beat ourselves up if we don't.
Definitely don't beat yourself up if you don't. But I'm think you that may work for some people. I believe that when we set that intention
Mhm.
to do it and trust the process,
Mhm.
not beat ourselves up or get frustrated, but keep that desire, keep that intention no matter what, I think it will happen. I see it happening with me.
Mhm.
I have a crazy schedule. I don't have a routine of every day doing the same thing.
Mhm.
Like I don't have a job. And it helps. It's easy when you have a job and you start work the same time every day, you get off the same time every day, and you have your lunchtime same time
Yeah,
every day. That makes it
that makes
easier
it a little bit
to
more
have that routine.
consistent.
But if you
Yeah.
don't have that structure already in place, and I haven't for a while, it makes it a little more challenging, but it's not impossible. And
Mm.
so I do have the routine, my morning routine, and my breakfast is included in that.
Mhm.
And so I have the same thing for breakfast every day.
Oh, that might be boring. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
not for me.
I'm
I
sorry.
love my
Yeah.
smoothie.
No,
I
okay.
have the smoothie recipe and I love it.
Well, you have to share it with
And I take my supplements with it, so
Mhm.
it works for me. And then lunch will be different pretty much every day. Dinner will be different because I don't like the same thing, but I love my smoothie. I look forward to that every morning.
Awesome. Awesome. So that's our consistency. That's our routine. That's our we're grateful. I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to talk about this and sometimes you need to talk things out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may have it in your head about, "Oh, well, should I do this or should I do this?" And then you get to talk about it and you get to talk it out. And then you know about the steps of how you're going to do it.
Yeah, and hopefully you're encouraged if you were struggling. And please, we welcome your comments. We welcome your feedback. We welcome to you to even ask us questions about something that we've talked about.
Hmm. Hmm. But I know that being grateful sometimes is really hard when life is beating you
You feel like
down.
life is
You
beating you
feel
down.
like life is beating you down. You feel like, oh, Lord. I used to feel that way as a single mom. Lord, how am I going to make it through another day? But you know what? I made it through another day and another day and another day and another day. And every day got better than the last day.
When you were getting through those days, were you doing your routine, your
I
AM
was
routine?
not. I was not. I
See
was
that? See the
not.
difference it makes?
Yes, yes.
I
I was
mean, and of
not.
course, you're not raising your children now,
Yeah, yeah,
but
but yeah,
it doesn't matter if whatever we're doing, life can be difficult. And when we feel the difficulty, the woe is me, and we're just focused on that, guess what we're going to get more of? Difficulty.
difficulty.
But
But yeah,
if we can appreciate that, you know what? It doesn't have to be difficult. And we have a power breathing us that says, bring your burdens to me.
yep,
I will carry them and lighten your load.
mm-hmm,
And that's so true. It
yep,
is so true. I mean, I learned this years ago that when someone related uh, giving our burdens to our creator to as like calling our parents, our reliable, responsible parents, and asking for help and them saying, You got it. I'm going to give it to you."
mm-hmm,
And now you hang up the phone and you are relieved
used,
that the help is there.
yeah,
Help is on the way. Money may not even be in the bank yet, but you know it's going to be there
mm-hmm,
and you can trust that. And that's the kind of trust that we can have in the power that breathes us, that's animating our bodies and lives and created us for the purpose. Can I just say this real quick?
sure,
So, the challenges that we have, you know how I always say at the end, you're perfect for your purpose for being here now? Well, what that means is that the challenges that you're having, the woe is me's that you're having,
mm,
all of the things that are happening in your life, that person who just drives you crazy, all those things are there for a reason. And the reason is part of why you're here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because really, I believe, and I'm going to say it like that we're here to grow into more loving beings. And we do that by responding to whatever is going on in our life, in our world, with love, which is first unconditional acceptance and then appreciation because we learned why it happened, and then gratitude. I mean, just appreciating, being grateful for having the experience because now you have the gift that it came to give you, and every single thing has a gift in it. And so that's what we want to look for, the good,
mm-hmm,
because that's our
mm-hmm.
gift. There is a gift in every
Every,
situation, circumstance, and condition.
mm-hmm,
But we can't realize it until we first accept
sent,
it with unconditional acceptance.
mm-hmm,
That means not resisting it, not denying it. Uh, we don't have to embrace it until we appreciate the gift that it came to bring us. And so, because and the I say that because if we try to embrace it and we still have an angst with it, it's not going to work.
right. Because again,
Or
you don't understand what you were supposed to learn from what you were going through until you go through it. And then you look back and that's when the aha moments come in.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Aha. And no, I didn't do, self-affirmations. I didn't say, "Good morning, gorgeous," younger when I was younger, when I had my children, I didn't say it because we were busy, busy being mom and working and taking care of them, just like you were saying.
mhm.
But there were times when I the kids had gone to bed and there was a peace and a quiet, and you could sit back and you would just say, "Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this peace. Thank you for this quiet. Thank you for the calmness that I can just sit here and enjoy it and relax."
You know, I can appreciate those times, especially when you're like you said, the kids are young and you just feel like you don't get any time to yourself at all. So, if they get to bed and before you conk out, and then you have that peace, and before you can go to sleep or shut your eyes, you can appreciate it. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Yeah.
When we were talking about appreciating the gift and be after with the pain of the situation, it brought to mind the devastation that I experienced in my second divorce or the second failed marriage. I was devastated, and I was like, God, how could you do this?
Mm,
How could you let me? I was really just devastated. And it, it took me a while to get through that process. But I can look back now and know that if I had not gone through that, I would not be sitting here the person that I am today. I would not have the self love that I've been able to cultivate from that experience. And
mhm.
it was actually a combination of the first divorce and then the second divorce, because the second marriage was kind of like a, what do you call it? It was a,
Rebound.
yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you for
You're
bringing it to me.
welcome. No problem.
Yeah, it was, yeah, he just like swept me off my feet, and and I after the whole thing I would say, if you would have told me that I would have done that like 5 years ago, I'd have told you you're crazy. No,
Mhm.
no way. Or even a year before, or any time before. I just, yeah, I was said this, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But I tell you, it was an experience that taught me a lot. And the biggest lesson was I have to love myself if I expect anybody else to love me.
Mhm.
And this is our purpose for being here is learning how to unconditionally accept ourselves from each of our experiences, because especially every experience that causes us pain, none of the things that cause us pain happened merely or surely to cause us pain. That pain has a gift that's greater than the pain. You know how they say that the change will come when the pain to stay the same is greater than the pain to change? Well, the gift that the pain came to bring us is greater than the pain that we
The experience.
experience. Mhm.
Mhm.
Always, 100% of the time. I'm saying this with one, this is a universal law. Like gravity is a
There's
universal
a
law.
law.
Okay.
Mhm.
The law of gravity, the law of reciprocation, the law of attraction. These are laws that are greater than the earth.
Mhm. So, what we'd like for you to do again is continue identifying what you have to be grateful for for the sunshine, for the birds singing, for the breath that you have every day.
Mhm, mhm.
The fact that you have shoes, you know,
And you got feet,
and you got
and you
feet.
can walk
And yes, this week anyway. Now, that's another story
when you can.
we'll have to talk
Whatever you're
about.
able to do.
Yeah. Grateful for my children, grateful for your dog, your cat, your bird, grateful for the
Tor
snake that's in this, what is it,
This
a
terrarium.
terrarium.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was real, but it's real. He looked at me. So, I mean, we find, and I'm being really serious. Sometimes I joke about it, but I'm being serious. There's so much that we have that we need to be grateful for. And don't don't complain about what we don't have. Be Think about all the good things you do have.
When you start to be complain, when you get ready to complain or woe is me, or
Yeah.
I always say
Think a
that.
minute and say, "Oh,
Whenever, yeah, whenever you find yourself feeling negative feelings about something, catch yourself,
mhm,
because those are those automatic negative thoughts. They call them ants.
mhm."
So catch yourself and change it.
Yeah.
Say, that's not true. Even if you feel like it's your reality, maybe that is your reality in the moment, or maybe it has been, but you have the power to change it right now
Yes.
by speaking the opposite, speaking what you want. I'll give you an example of that, how that was so powerful. I used it. I found myself. This was on the end of the first marriage.
Mm,
I wasn't working. I was on disability because I just wasn't doing well. Anyway, but this man no longer wanted to be married to me. So I had to figure something out. And I said, okay, I have to get a job, and it has to be paying me enough to be able to support myself. I have to pay rent. And uh, I don't think I had a car note, but my expenses. And at that time, I said, I need to make $2,000 a month doing something I love, and so that I can get the apartment. I'd already found a
fun.
nice
Mhm.
apartment. Anyway, I I better wrap this up. I said I did this process where I wrote down all the reasons that could not happen.
Mm,
And I'm saying, making it quick. The most powerful one was that there was no such thing. There was no such job that could pay me that amount of money that I loved doing, that I could do easily. There just didn't exist. And so I wrote myself positive affirmations countering the top, I think it was 5 of them.
mhm,
But I remember that being the top one. And that's when I got this job, my job with the phone company, paying me almost twice that per month to start. And I was able to get out and get my apartment, and just, yeah, I was just, wow. I didn't even think it existed.
mhm.
And because I did the positive affirmation and I would say it every day, several times a day, there it came. And of
Speak
course, that was applying for jobs and that
Yeah,
kind of thing too.
and speak what you want.
Yeah, speak what you want. It's
Speak what
so
you want.
powerful.
Power
That's what I
in the
wanted to say.
tongue.
It's so
It's
powerful.
it's power in the tongue.
Yes.
So, well, thank you
Yes. Thank you.
for
Well,
tuning in to the Debbie and Kim show.
remember that you are perfect for your purpose for being here now.
And
And
don't
don't forget
forget to
to subscribe,
subscribe,
like,
like,
and
and
comment.
comment
We
because we love
love hearing
hearing
from
from
you.
you. Have a good week.